Shalom, 1 second. I'll get you in a second. 1 minute. Okay, with the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. 1 sec. Yep, the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. You know, make sure you pay your tithes, 10% of anything you earn. You know what I mean? If you get £100, 10 goes to the Most High, man. You know what I mean? Also, we have classes here, 394 Lodge Road, B18, 5PW, every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, B18, 5PW, 394 Lodge Road. That's 7 o'clock each day, 7 o'clock Monday, 7 o'clock Wednesday, 7 o'clock Thursday. Make sure you come to class. Make sure you pay your tithes also as well, man. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. So a brother asked a question in the week about Satan. For a moment. So a brother asked a question about Satan. Shalom to Mad Yamyan. A brother asked a question this week about Satan. He asked, "Is Satan the brother obviously grew up in Christian church. He said, is Satan the counterpart to the Most High?" And the answer is no. Satan is not equal to the Most High. Satan don't do what he wants to do, like what they teach in the Christian church. Satan's a man or a spirit that works for the Most High. And when you disobey the Most High will put him on you. Or sometimes if the Most High wants to see what you're made of, he will send Satan upon you. We're going to get that in the Bible. Satan is not a man that rebelled against the Most High. Satan isn't someone that does his own thing. Satan's a worker of the Most High, man. You know what I mean? I'm going to start there with Job 1:1. Quick question before we get into the topics. This is Job 2:1. Job 2:1. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. So what we're seeing here is the angels, the sons of God, presenting themselves to the Most High, man. The angels come down on the earth and go back to the heaven, down the earth, back to the heaven, man, and they report to the Most High. Why do you think people die? Why do you think people get plagues, man? Why do you think people get hurt, man? Because people be sinning. But why do you think people get AIDS, man? The angels will come down, see you doing what you're doing, and report back to the Most High. And the Most High say, you know what? Give him another chance, man. They'll report again and say, you know what? It's still smoking weed, man. The Lord say, you know what? Give him AIDS, man. Give him cancer, man. Give him diabetes. Give him whatever, man. That's how it works. The angels go up and down from the heaven to the earth, man. We get that quickly in Genesis as well. We get that real quick. Let's hold what I have and go to Genesis. So like it. So Genesis 28:12. Start from verse 10. Genesis 28:10. And Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran and lighted upon a certain place and tarried there all night because the sun was set. So Jacob was traveling. At this time, we didn't have our land yet. And the sun went down. What happens at nighttime? People cease their travel, man, and sleep. And in the morning, they get up again and they go. Like when you see people on a road trip, man, what happens? They stop off at a motel for the night and get up again and on the journey again. Jacob did the same thing. Because the sun was set, and he took of the stones of that place and put them for his pillow and lay down in that place to sleep. So he rested his head on the pillow, rested his head on a stone, and slept there. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. So he had a vision, man. And this vision was a ladder was on the earth, and the top of this ladder went into heaven where the Most High dwells, man, where the angels dwell, man. And behold, the angels of the Most High ascending and descending upon it. And what I saw on this ladder was angels going up and down this ladder, man. Ascending meaning going up, descending meaning going down. Seeing angels going up and down, man. And that's what angels do. They come to earth, see what you're doing, report back to the Most High. They come down again, back up, report to the Most High. They see you being a homosexual, they go back to the Most High, tell him his brother's a homosexual. The Lord said, give him some more time, man. They'll come back next week. The Lord said, the Lord is still a homosexual, man. The Lord said, you know what? Give him AIDS, man. Make him lose his job, man. That's the angels going up and down on the ladder. And that's what he's seen in Job. In Job, when it says the sons of God went to present themselves for the Most High, that's the angels going up the ladder, man, to present themselves to the Most High, to give a report of what happened, man. Let me read this question real quick. So one second, Madman, man. That's what you're reading right here, man. So again, let me get 1 second. Let me get the other one now. So 1 second. Let me get one more. Genesis 18 and 20. Genesis 18 and 20. Because Genesis 18:20. Now, this is talking about Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah was a 5 Hamite or African cities that was big homosexuals, man. Like these Africans are big homosexuals to this day. You know what I mean? This is what the Lord said about this city. This is Exodus 18 and 20. And the Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their grievous sins, because their sins are grievous, I will go down and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it. So the Lord said, listen, because the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah is that great, I'm gonna go down, man, and I'm gonna see if these sins are as bad as I've heard. If these sins are as bad as what I've been hearing. Now, how did the Most High hear about these sins, man? How did the Most High hear about these Africans being homosexuals? How did the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah get to the Most High, man? Anyone online want to give that a shot? From what we just read about Jacob's ladder, the angels going back and forth to the Most High, how did the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah get back to the Most High? Shalom, Magawa, Shalom, Taznawa. Okay, there you go. Mad by Yaman got it right, man. The angels told him. The angels went back and forth, man. That's how he knows. The Bible said the Most High don't leave his throne, man. The Most High is great and powerful. You think he's going to come off throne to see what you're doing? Nah, man. Angels report to him, man. When they found Osama bin Laden, you think Barack Obama himself went over there and found out? People told him, man. He had his spies, his agents, he had intelligence, and people told him he's here. You think he killed Osama bin Laden himself? No, man. People did it for him, but he got the glory, man. When people say, Barack Obama caught bin Laden, he didn't catch him himself. His men did it, man, and he got the glory. When people said the Lord heard about the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah, he didn't hear it himself. Angels told him, man. When people said the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, that's true. The Lord did destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And how did he do it? By sending the angels, man. He didn't do it himself. When the Bible said the Lord created the earth and the heavens, he did. He didn't do it himself, though. The angel did it, man. But he's the man in charge, so he gets all the glory. So again, back to the brother's question. I read Job 2 and 1. And there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. Now, this is the angel going back and forth up the ladder, man. And the Lord said unto Satan, from whence cometh thou? And the Lord said, Satan, where are you coming from, man? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it, man. That's that ladder right there, man. Remember, where was the bottom of the ladder? Set upon the earth. And where was the top of the ladder? Set in heaven, man. That's why Satan's in heaven right now, speaking to the Most High. And the Most High said, where did you come from? He said, they come from the earth. Why? Because the bottom of the ladder is on the earth, man. Satan's doing his job. Every other angel doing their job. Angels are reporting back and forth, seeing what you're doing, seeing if you're changing your life, seeing if you're putting out cigarettes. And Satan's working also, man. But Satan's job is different from these angels. You're going to find out, man. Satan's job ain't to report, man. His job is to tempt you, man. To see what you're made of, to see if you'll break. You know what I mean? And the Lord said, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High, and escheweth evil? So the Lord said, listen, so since you're working so hard, what have you not seen Job? Your job is to break these men, see what they're made of, man. But Job here escheweth evil. Job rejects evil. Job fears the Most High. You said you're working so hard. What's Job doing here, man? That's the God we serve, man. You don't know the Most High in the Bible, man. The Lord put Satan on Job to see what it's made of. The Lord did it, man. Satan wasn't doing his own thing and thought, you know what, I'm gonna go bother Job. I'm gonna go, trouble Job. Nah, the Lord put him on him. The Lord told Satan to go trouble Job, man. To go tempt Job, man. The Lord did it, man. That's Satan's job. Can. And Satan escheweth evil, and still holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. So the Lord said, listen, Job's strong, man. Job got integrity, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Job don't believe in homosexuality. Job don't believe in celebrating Christmas. You know, he's strong, man. Since you're working so hard, you know, Job's strong, man. Job believing in me, got his integrity. He's not, he's not getting tattoos and whatnot. He's keeping the laws, man. And Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man have will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. So right here, Satan is asking the Most High for permission, man. Satan ain't the counterpart to the Most High, man. He's a worker. Satan saying, put forth thine hand. To put forth your hand means to do this. That's what it means to put forth your hand, man. Meaning, give me the order, give me the go-ahead, man. But someone says, you know, you can do that, it's fine. Go and do it. That's them putting forth thine hand. And Satan saying, listen, Lord, put forth your hand, then we'll see what it's made of. Satan didn't go on his own accord. Satan didn't do what he wanted to do. He had to ask permission from the Most High to tempt Job in the first place, man. Satan's a man that works for the Most High. He don't do what he wants, man. He's not in charge of nothing, man, unless the Lord gives the go-ahead. Christianity teach that Satan was an angel and is angry with the Most High, and now he rebelled. That's a lie, man. They said Satan was kicked out of heaven. Satan's in heaven right here, man, speaking to the Most High, man. Having a face-to-face conversation with him right now, man. Black man, you won't learn the Bible unless you come in the I.S.U.P.K, man. Everything you've been told is a lie. Satan's a man that, as a spiritual being that does his job, man. Does what he was created for, man. And he does it well. He does it well too, man. Look how much black people fell in the hands of Satan, man. And black man, you got to be so strong that Satan don't make you fall, man. You got to pass your test like how Job passed his test. So much of our people fail our tests, man. So much of us fail our tests. The church is full of people that failed their tests, man. You know what I mean? The crack houses and trap houses are full of people that failed their tests, man. You don't become one of them, man. Salakia. Salakia. God. Salakia. Put forth thine hand. Salakia, verse 5. Put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse you to thy face. And the Lord said to Satan, behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. The Lord said, listen, okay, cool. He's in your hand, but don't kill him. Save his life, man. If Satan could do what he wanted, he wouldn't need that permission. The Lord said, listen, you can't kill this man. There's guidelines in which Satan can move him, man. He can't do what he wants, man. So you read the next, reading the Bible later on and so forth. It's storing your own time, but I'm just letting you know who Satan is, man. And Satan ain't no man that can do what he wants. You know what I mean? It's a man that works for the Most High, man. We get this through real quick. We'll get another one real quick. I could do an in-depth classic, but I got a topic, so you have to just bear with me real quick. So Lakia, it's 1 minute. Who's that now, man? This is 1 Samuel 16 and 14, real quick. This is 1 Samuel 16 and 14. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul. So the Spirit of the Most High departed from Saul, man. Once upon a time, Saul had the Spirit of the Most High, man. Spirit meaning the vibe, the courage. Like when people are in the Christmas spirit, they do everything involved with Christmas. They got the Santa Claus hat on. They got, the tree in their house and so forth, man. And the Lord got a spirit, also a vibe. And that spirit's in the I.S.U.P.K, man. Down to how we dress, the braids, that whole spirit. Everything God loves, we do it in the I.S.U.P.K, man. And guess what? So that spirit departed from Saul, man. That vibe departed from Saul. Saul started to, go to witches and stop keeping the Most High's commandments, wanting to kill his brother, man, which is against the Most High's commandments, wanting to kill David, his brother, man. That spirit that he had departed from it, left him. And an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him. You hear that? An evil spirit from God, meaning God gave him an evil spirit, man. An evil spirit troubled him. God put an evil spirit upon him. Satan didn't do it, man. The devil didn't do it, man. No ghoul and goblin did it, man. God did it. God put an evil spirit upon Saul, man. God did that. God has spirits that he will put upon you, man. Satan ain't a man doing what he wants, man. It's a man that God will give him the go-ahead if you disobey him. And trust me, he will ruin your life, man. He will get in your head, turn you to a druggie, get in your head, turn you to a weed addict, turn you to an alcoholic. Get up in your head and, get you locked up, get you behind bars, get you AIDS and gonorrhea and whatever, man, whatever evil's out there, man. You know what I mean? But let me get the brother's question real quick. So, will you agree with me when I say that if you believe in God, you believe in a book written by man? If you claim God talks to them and they write it down. Okay, now this is the deal. When the Bible says believe not in man, we know this Bible was written by man. Men, males, male, black men, human beings wrote this Bible, man. But this book was inspired by godly men that wrote this Bible. God didn't come down and write this book himself. He inspired godly men, and these men wrote the Bible, man. Let me get that for you. Let me get 17 views. One minute. 2 Peter 2 and 10. Just bear with me 1 second, yeah? The 2 Peter 2 and 10. First Peter 2 and 10. Let me see. 1 and 20. So locked in. 1 Peter 1 and 20. Knowing this first. So this is what you need to know first. When we're reading about this Bible, this is what you need to know. You have to know this first. That's like bad bayamming in a class. You know what I mean? You're not gonna tell me how to teach. You have to either wait, I'll answer your question, but you're not gonna rush me and tell me yes or no. Either listen or you don't listen, all right? So that's it. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna teach. It's not just you that needs to know this question. I'm gonna teach it for the whole class. You know what I mean? If you're not interested, that's fine. You can, go to another class. But this class, you have to learn. I'm gonna break it down for everybody, so you have to bear with me. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. So in the Bible, there's no private interpretation. Like in the Christian church, they say, well, that's your interpretation. I break it down this way, you break it down that way. In the Bible, there's no private interpretation. In the Bible, it says Jesus is black, he's black, man. People say, yeah, but it's talking about this, it's talking about his condition. Nah, there's no private interpretation. You can't read the Bible and say, well, this is what I get from it. This is what he gets from it. That's nowhere in the Bible, man. The Christians are liars again. Okay, no sweat. Okay. Slakia, for the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man. So this Bible, this prophecy, what will happen to the Jews, how we're going to get our land back, how we lost our land, it didn't come by the will of man. No man wrote this and guessed it. No man predicted it, man. It didn't happen by the will of man. But holy men, but it came by holy men, man. Separate men, not your pastor, not your vicar, not your deacon. Holy men, separate men, holy men of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit, man. So men wrote down what they saw in visions, man. Men wrote down what the Most High told them to write down, man. And how do we know? How do we know that holy men wrote this Bible? How do we know? Because there's things in this Bible that no man can predict, man. Have you heard about the new coronavirus in the Bible, man? The Bible said pestilences and wars and rumors of wars, man. Nation shall rise against nation. That's what Brexit's all about, man. That's what Iran and America's all about, man. The Bible said black people shall go into slavery on ships, man. The Bible said black boys will hang on the corner. The Bible said black women will lose their hair. They'll be cursed, man. That holy men wrote that, man. No man could predict that. The Bible speaks about World War III. The Bible speaks about bombs and nuclear warfare and how it burns your eyes and your tongue and your mouth way before it happened, man. When that was written, men were on the back of horses. Men were shooting bow and arrows and cutting people with swords, man. There was no technology that could blow up a whole country, man, and make your skin melt on your hand as you stand, man. Back in them days, if you set someone on fire, they wouldn't be standing. They'd be rolling around on the floor, burning to death. But the Bible said your skin will melt as you stand, man. And the only thing that can do that, the only thing that can burn someone so quick is nuclear fire, man. Nuclear fire can burn you. And there's a General Muhammad brought it out in his class, man. A woman was skipping, and you can see the outline of a child skipping, man, as she was burnt to death on the wall, man. Meaning she died while she was playing in the playground, man. Only nuclear fire can do that. That's how we know that this book ain't written by a man. A man wrote it, but a man of God wrote it, not any man. You show me that in the Quran or the Kebra and the Gast or any other book, man. So if anyone says to you, man wrote the Bible, a man did write it. But a man wrote down what God told him to write down, man. Prophets, man. Black men, prophets of the Bible, they wrote it down, man. So let me get this next one. I have one more question after the other one. So I have one more question after. Job was before Israel was born. So was Genesis, but that story was passed down. So Job is an old story that Israelites would teach their children of how Satan comes against you, and the book of Genesis as well. It was told down to us. You know what I mean? How to fight Satan. You know what I mean? How these things come about and so forth. It's an old story before Israel was even born. But Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob passed it on to their children, and it's an old story that even made it into the Bible, man. You know what I mean? Any more questions? Let me know. All right, I think that's it. Get the one last scripture before we move on to the topic. First Kings 22 and 20. Let's get to this quickly, and I'm going to get to my topic. Bear with me, okay? First Kings. This is First Kings 22 and 20. So, okay, so I'm gonna give you a little background. So excuse me. You can't, Madman Yamin, yeah. Which statement was it about the Bible was written by holy men, Israelite men, men that was inspired by the Most High? You know, that's who the Bible was written by. So if a man if someone tried to get technical with you, the man write the Bible, say, you know what I mean? God wrote the Bible through men. God used man to write the Bible. God used men to get what he wanted to say across. God used men to get his word written down in book, man. The Most High did it. The Bible, man wrote the Bible. A man physically wrote it, but that man was inspired by God, man. And them words was written by the Most High. You know what I mean? So let me get the few. So yeah, his statement is correct. You know what I mean? So yeah, where we at? So in the Book of Kings, there was an evil king, and Ahab, you know what I mean, who married a heathen woman and was killing people for the land and whatnot. And the Lord wanted him dead, man. The Lord wanted him dead, and this is how the Lord got this man dead. The Lord wanted this man to go to war and die out there. That was his plan. He wanted to persuade this man to go to war, think, you know what, I could win this war and die out there. And this is how this man died. This is 1 Kings 20, 22, and 19. So this is a prophet speaking. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven were standing by him on the right hand and on his left. So the Most High the prophet saw the Most High sitting upon his throne, man, looking glorious, and all the hosts of heaven with him, meaning all the armies of heaven with him. A host is an army. The Lord ain't up there with babies with nappies on, you know, in tranquility. The Lord's in heaven with his army, man. An army is there to kill, to harm, to do war, man. That's what army is there for. So like, yeah. Yeah, and this is what this man saw. So the Most High with his armies, man. All the angels around him, Raphael. Same thing what we read in Job. The same thing what we read about Jacob's ladder, man. These angels come around him to have a council, man. Like what? When you have a problem at your slavery, what do you have? You have a staff meeting where everyone comes together and they say, right, what we're going to do about this, man. And the Lord had the same thing in heaven. Khan. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And remember, the Lord wants Ahab dead, man. The Lord said, all right, how are we going to do this? Who's going to go up and make Ahab go to war and die in Ramoth Gilead, man? That's what the Lord says in heaven. The Lord is up there, you know, singing songs. But black man, when you disobey the Most High will kill you, man. The Most High had the same, all our brothers that died, man. And we don't wish death on none of our brothers, man. The Lord had the same counsel about them, man. When you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, when you're sinning, you don't want the Lord to have the same counsel against you, man. You don't want the Lord to be in heaven saying, so how are we going to get this brother to get AIDS, man? How are we going to get you to get shot, man? How are we going to get you to be homeless, man? You don't want that, man. So what do you do, black man? Just obey the Most High, man. Keep them laws, man. Stop going to them strip clubs, man. Stop smoking that weed, man. Else, black man, guess what? There'll be a counsel about you, man. The Lord be saying this with his host of heaven about you, man. The Lord say, how are we going to get you to fall? How are we going to get you to suffer? How are we going to get you to die, man? And you don't want that, man. Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit. So one was saying we should do like this, and one said we should do like that. And they said it came forth one spirit, man. It's that same spirit again, Satan again, man. The wicked spirit that the Lord got, you know, that the Lord created, man, to make sure you're punished, man. And one spirit, and there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? So this spirit said, I'll do it. And the Lord said, how? How are we going to do this, man? Go on, and everyone in the council, what happens? Everyone gives their ideas. Everyone says, I think we should do this. I think we should do that. And that's what you're seeing here. One angel saying we should kill him this way. One saying we should kill him that way. And then this spirit said, listen, I got away. And the Lord said, how are you going to do this, man? What do you have in mind? And he said, and the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And that's how the Most High got this king Ahab to die, man. This king used all his prophets to, you know, to find out if you should go to war or not. And the prophet said, yeah, man, go ahead, man. You know what I mean? The Most High spoke to us, man. You're going to win this one. And that's why they said that, man. Because in heaven, the Lord made another spirit lie to them prophets, man, to gas this man up and think, yeah, man, I'm good. I spoke to the Most High, I'm going to win this. And this man didn't win, man. He died, man. He didn't win, man. He died. And black man, you're the one that counsel against you, man. And that's how Satan works. Satan is not a man that is an equal of the Most High, man. He's not a man fighting against the Most High. He's a man that works for the Most High, man. You know what I mean? It's luck, yeah. Any more questions for me? My topic. Get some topic real quick. So let me know any question, any topic, and anything before we move on. Okay, let me show the topic. Give me 1 second. Again, so everyone's seen this whole what's it called? This whole Brexit thing, and everyone's like, yeah, man, England can finally be dependent, man. You know what I mean? It's about time England be dependent. We can stand on our own 2 feet, man. What they don't know is England's never been independent, man. England's always been dependent, and it's in the Bible also. All the oppressors out there saying, you know what I mean? These are stealing our culture. They're coming to our country. You know what I mean? They're taking our resources. They're living off us. We need to be dependent, stand on our own too. That way, you know what I mean? We could get these immigrants out of here, man. Let them fend for themselves. Let us fend for ourselves. Listen, England's never been independent, man. The very things that make England, the culture, the food, everything, it's always been dependent of other cultures, man. Always been dependent of other countries, man. Are we gonna go there? So you don't know that. You listen to these oppressors, man. You listen to Boris Johnson, you know, the Prime Minister. You forget, man, England, you know, it's a great country, got its own culture and so forth. And listen, ain't nothing independent about England, man. England's money come from black people picking cane, man, cutting cane, Slovakia, picking tobacco, man, coffee beans in the Caribbean, man, and robbing people blind. In Jamaica, the British were the biggest pirates, man. They say black people are thieves, and they were the biggest pirates, man. When you think of pirates ain't men with a black beard and an eye patch, man. Pirates are people that rob ships. And Britain always been known, British people always been known for robbing ships, man. Ships will come from England to the Caribbean to drop off cane or to drop off money or resources or cotton. And pirates will see them coming and take it, man. There's a famous pirate called Henry Morgan, man. He was such good of a pirate. He used to rob the British troops going to Jamaica, man. And he was such good of a pirate that Britain employed him. Man. Black man, you steal something. They say black men are crooks, and a black man steal a phone or a chain, or a black men are crooks, the criminals, man. Meanwhile, England was employing crooks, man. Henry Morgan became the governor of Jamaica, man. Look it up, type in the first governor general of Jamaica, man. It's Henry Morgan, man. They made a rum out of him, Captain Morgan, man. And they employed this man so he could stop the Spanish, so he could sink the ships of the Spanish and the Portuguese, man. They employed him, man. Ain't nothing great about England, man. They make out like, yeah, black men are crooks, and look how hypocritical it is. Black men are crooks and stealing is wrong, man. When Henry Morgan was a big crook, man, that England employed, man. Henry Morgan's from Wales, man. And they employed him, made a rum out of him, turned him into a god, man. They worship him, turned him to the first god, gave him a province over Jamaica, man. Gave him a title, turned him to the first governor general, man. He was the first ever governor general of Jamaica, man, of the island. And he was a thief, man. He was a pirate, a crook, man. And they imprisoned him, and then employed him. And tell you that you're a crook. Meanwhile, when you're white, when you're an oppressor and a crook, it's different, man. You get applauded, man. But we're gonna go through English history and show you that England is totally dependent on other cultures, man. Totally dependent on other people's culture, food, and everything, man. And the first one I'm gonna get is Genesis 4:12. Genesis 4:12. It's like a Genesis Start from Genesis 4 and 9, when Cain slew his brother Abel. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? So again, you come to class more, you understand that Cain was in the spirit of the oppressor today, man. In the spirit of Esau, man. You know what I mean? That same spirit was in Cain. The same spirit that Esau has today, man. To kill their own brother, man. You know what I mean? To not respect the Most High, man. The Most High requires a sacrifice, and Cain didn't want to give it, man. The same spirit Esau had when he got no integrity, man, and sold his birthright for nothing, man. You know what I mean? The Bible says that Cain shall live by the sword, and the Bible says that also Esau shall live by the sword also, man. And this is Cain right here, man. You come to class, and another topic, we go into it in depth, man. So Cain killed his brother Abel, slew him. Why? Because he was jealous, man. Because the Lord respected his sacrifice, and because the Lord respected his brother's sacrifice and not his sacrifice, man. And he was angry and slew his brother. And the Lord said, Cain, where's your brother, man? He said, I don't know. I ain't his keeper. A keeper is someone that looks after somebody. Like in football, you got the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is a man that looks after the goal, man. If you got a bookkeeper, is a man that looks after the books. He said, I don't know. I don't look out for him. I ain't his keeper, man. You know what I mean? Being slick with his mouth. And he said, what hast thou done? And the Lord saying to Cain, what have you done, man? You killed your brother, you slew him. You know what I mean? What are you doing? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And the Lord said, listen, your his blood crieth unto me from the ground, man. Meaning, and injustice was done. And now thou art cursed from the earth. And the Lord said to Cain, listen, for that, you're cursed from the earth, man. And that's why the oppressor don't have no land. That's his research. Look it up, man. Anywhere he dwells, man, Australia, England, America, do the history, someone was there before him. He's cursed from the ground, meaning he don't have no land, man. He don't have no land. He don't have no property, man. He don't have no homeland. He don't have no native land. There's nowhere where they originate from, man. They come from the caves. They come to have Europeans. The first Europeans were Japhetic people, man. England was run by Japhetic people, man. France was Japhetic people. The people of Japheth, man. The people who you call Hawaiians today. And what did they do? Killed them and called themselves French, called themselves Spanish, called themselves the British. I mean, really, them isles didn't belong to them, man. Because they are cursed from the ground. Salakia. And thou, Sakya, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thine hand, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth, Sakya, verse 12, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. So the Lord said, listen, when you plant the ground, the earth won't give you her strength, man. And what's the strength of the ground? Fruit, plants, vegetation. And anywhere the oppressor dwells, it's not known. It's not known for vegetation, man. It's not known for what raw textiles, man. England ain't known for growing good fruit and growing bananas and so forth, man. Neither is Spain, neither is France, man. And back then, even worse, back then they dwelt in the mountains, man. And in the mountains, you can't grow anything up there, man. Before the oppressor changed the whole world around, growing crops was a way of life, man. Having a farm, having land was a way of life, man. And he changed it, man. He changed it because why? In the mountains, you can't grow nothing up there. Therefore, you can't live. And real riches is having land. Real riches is having children, man. Real riches is having crops, man. And he changed that and said, no, real riches is having money, paper money, man. When that's not real riches. You need money to buy food. When if you had land, you don't need money because you have food already, man. You got land, you got trees, so you don't need wood to build a house. You got land, you got crops and land, and you got sheep and so forth, so you don't have to buy food. You got sheep, so you got wool. You got cows, so you got milk, you got leather, man. And he switched it and said, no, you need money to get that. Why? Because he lived in the mountains. He didn't have real riches, man. So like, a fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. And the Bible said a fugitive. You know what a fugitive is? Did anyone online know what a fugitive is? Shalom to Sandra Kelly. Just give me a minute. A fugitive is a man who's running away from his crimes. A fugitive is a man on the run. And that's it's talking about Esau, man. This is the only man on the face of the earth that's done crimes and hasn't paid for it, man. Slaughtered 99 million black people, man. Thrown them overboard. Skinned black people, you know what I mean? Cut their heads off. Mad Bayami, you're right. Someone running from someone. But fugitive is someone running from the law, man, who hasn't been brought to justice. And this man killed 77 Native American Indians, 99 million black people, man. Made them work for free, man. Raped their women, separated families, stole people's land and oil, man. And this man hasn't been brought to justice. This is a fugitive, a man running from his crimes, man. Many other nations done many things, and they pay people out, pay people reparations. This man hasn't given black people reparations, man. This man will come to your land and say, this land's mine. This man will come to your land and say, listen, this is mine now, man. The oil under this earth is mine. Your culture's mine now. And this man has never been brought to justice, man. Ever, man. Slovakia. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. Anyone know what a vagabond is? This one's slightly harder, man. No. No. Okay, cool. A vagabond is like a homeless man, someone that don't have a home, someone someone traveling from one land to another. He don't have a place where he rests his head. He don't have a land that he can say this is my land, and that's the oppressor, man. Your oppressor says he's English, he's from England. When Japhetic people do out here first, man, the oppressor will say, yeah, well, I'm American. When the Native American Indians were there before him, man, he would say, I'm Australian and get out my land. I'm an Aussie. When the Aborigines were there before him, man. You know what I mean? He'll say, I'm from this land and that land. He's not, man. He's a vagabond, man. He don't have no culture, man. He say, this is our culture. I'm British. This is British culture, man. When you go through British history, ain't nothing British about it, man. Are we gonna go for it? Because this man is a vagabond, man. That's what the Bible says. A vagabond and steals other people's culture, man. So we get some history on this thing real quick, and then we'll let you know. So does anyone know about Dunlop? Dunlop in England, again. Dunlop is a place where they make tires. And Dunlop is famous for tires, man, and aircrafts, cars, automobiles. It's known for tires in particular. You know what I mean? 1 second. And it's funny enough because the headquarters of Dunlop is in Birmingham, in the UK. You know what I mean? 1 second. So we're going to read about, British people talk about, I'm British, this is my culture. Let's see if anything about the British history is actually British, man. Because British tires or Dunlop, British people are so proud of, and they say, this is our culture. It don't come from Britain, man. And we're going to get that history. You know what I mean? Mr. John Boyd Dunlop is the reason why you have Dunlop tires today, man. And we're going to go for it. So he reads, John Boyd Dunlop, the 5th of February 1840 and died 23rd of October 1921, was a Scottish and veterinary surgeon who spent most of his career in Ireland. Familiar with making rubber devices, he reinvented from pneumatic tires from his child's tricycle. He developed them into cycle racing. So this man now is a man from Scotland. You know, which is still part of the UK, still part of Britain. Britain and England together Scotland and England together make up Britain. And then Scotland, Wales, and Ireland make up the UK. You know what I mean? So together, so this is still Britain. People say, Great Britain, it's so great. We're going to find out how great it is, man. talking about Brexit and, you know, we need to be independent. England's never been independent, man. Everything that makes us independent from other countries, man. So again, so this man here, John Dunlop, you know, invented these tires and whatnot. Everyone's proud of these are Dunlop tires, What you don't know is that rubber don't even come from England, man. So this invention that you love so much, and you know, rubber tires are British, and we love our tires, our country, and this a British tire. Rubber don't come from England, man. And why you don't know that John Boyd Dunlop, this man that you love so much, was a murderer, man. Rubber trees come from South America, man. And he went through South America raping the rainforest, man. They went through parts of Africa as well, man, in the Congo. The Africans are not our people, but nonetheless, man, he murdered people for that rubber, man. Enslaved people for that rubber, man. Gave people a quota and said, if you don't come back with enough rubber, we're going to cut your hands off, man. So how are you going to say, well, you know, Fort Dunlop is British tires, man? When tires are made, tires are made from rubber, man. And rubber don't come from England. Slack, one minute. Come on, 8 for 12, sir. If only you're roll. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a link real quick if you could. Want this, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, let's get to it. So if you could do the search engine, put type it out for me in the search engine. Dark history of car rubber. Let me know you got it right. So again, I saw everyone the other day talking about, yeah, man, Britain's finally going to be dependent. I'm going to show you how Britain's never dependent, man. So again, my first one now, going to Dunlop tires, famous British tires now, Great Britain tires. We're going to find out that, listen, rubber comes from South America, man. Don't even come from England. Something called the rubber tree. You plug in your phone, send it to your phone as well, so you can go on there easier.
I got it. Dark history of Congo rubber exploitation.
So again, this is a dark history of the rubber exploitation. So many people think, yeah, my British tires, Dunlop, John Boyd Dunlop, the famous inventor, man. And how, you know, we're gonna show you, man. South America is what, Peru, Brazil. That's where the rubber tree comes from, man.
That's right.
When you cut open some trees, it bleeds rubber. Like some trees you cut has sap in there. Some trees you cut have frankincense and myrrh, but what we're burning right here comes from a tree, man. And some trees bleed rubber, man. Heroin's a plant that you cut and it bleeds heroin. And guess what? This rubber tree don't come from England. So Dunlop tires can't be a British brand, man. It can't be. But anyway, keep reading.
Yes, rubber is a versatile industrial raw material with a lot of vital applications in man's everyday life.
So what I'm saying is rubber, yeah, is something that men use a lot. This is true. Rubber goes in tires. Rubber's what for footballs. Rubber many things that you don't even notice. Even in the bottom of your TVs, man, it has a rubber grip. You know, rubber has, a baseball bat has a rubber grip sometimes. You get your steering wheel. So rubber's in a lot of things that we use in everyday life. We done?
But in the major raw material used in manufacturing tires, in tires.
So mainly for tires. People use rubber mainly for tires, but there's many things also which you can use rubbers. You know, as I said, balls, basketballs, shoes, and so forth, but mainly for tires. We done?
That have significantly satisfied man's thirst for speed.
There you go. So even for speed, we done?
The speed, the actual rubber today has become the most indispensable for all across the world. However, behind the glorified commercial significance of the present, the other has her orange pass.
No problem. So saying about this rubber that Mr. Dunlap used, John Boy Dunlap used as a horrid past. I go to the clever ploy.
That lie buried in history, a past.
No, the section called the clever ploy. It's like, yeah. Oh, go on, keep reading.
In history, a past drenched in the life, blood, and sweat of millions of hapless African natives.
There you go. So many people, many Hamites, many Africans were not a people, man. Bled for this man, died for this man, was slave for this rubber man. And this man died. John Boyd made a killing, multi-billion-dollar industry, man. And right now, rubber ain't nothing. Right now, rubber's normal, man. But in the 1800s, this man came up with an invention. This was like, wow, man. Back in the day, you had what? Wheels that was made out of wood, man. And the cobble floor is rocky and rough. And this man made a rubber, man, where it gives that nice suspension, soft feel. It was a big thing, man. And guess what happened in the 1800s? Guess what other invention was created, man? The car, man, or the automobile. And guess what automobiles have on them? They have rubber tires, man. And this man made a killing, man. British tires made a killing. This man is so rich. The headquarters is in Brum to this day. And this man made a killing and is so famous off the backs of something that don't even grow in England, man.
That's right.
You're so proud of British Dunlop tires. And guess what? The tires, rubber itself, the things that tires are made from don't even come from England, man. Give me the strategy real quick.
The strategy.
It's called the clever ploy.
I got it. The clever.
And Jimmy, the second paragraph, during the time. Second paragraph, right?
Oh, got it. During that time, there was an exponential demand growth for rubber in international markets.
Okay, so in the late 1800s, there was a demand for rubber. In the 1600s, what? It was demand for sugar. It was demand for cotton. Today, what's the demand now for computers and phones and whatnot? Back then, it was different. In this time, the automobile, the planes were getting more popular, and there was a demand for rubber. There was a market for rubber, man. And let's see what happened. Keep reading.
Thanks to the intervention of the pneumatic tire.
Oh, the pneumatic tire. Everyone want any tires now? It's a big thing. Keep reading.
By John Boyd Dunlop.
By what?
John Boyd Dunlop.
And there's your Dunlop tires, man, which everyone loves so much. We ever think so great, man. John Boyd Dunlop was involved in his exploitation too, man. He was involved in this murder too, man. He was involved in enslaving people too and killing people and robbing people, man. When the Bible said this man shall be a what? A fugitive and a vagabond. That's what he is. He's a vagabond. He don't have no land. He don't have no culture, man. He robbed people's stuff and said it's his. He robbed people's stuff and said this is ours, man. This is our tires, man. This is my invention, man. I don't give people their credit, man. Keep reading.
Right. The audio tires and the overcoat commenced to Tires. The production on November the 21st, 1898, it was King Leopold, a clever and immensely greedy businessman.
There you go. So Fort Dunlop and the Dutch prince, both of them were greedy, man. And they didn't take a couple tires. They raped the whole country blind to all the trees. Like what they do today. They go to the rainforest and cut down one tree. No, they cut down all the trees and rape it blind. And then sell it to you for paper. Sell it to you for what? Wood and so forth. Sell it to you for firewood. Sell it to you for whatever, you know, in B&Q. They're greedy. The white man is greedy, man. It's like the oppressor is greedy. He don't have one and say that's it. When he starts the industry, when he starts a business, he rubs it blind, man. It's like the one.
Now, saying, I'm not supporting Africa in no way, but when a lot of oppressors laugh at how Africa is, it's because it's their fault. When you see them naked with that big belly and flies in their eyes, they have money, they have resources, and because of Europeans exploiting them and robbing them, that's why certain parts of Africa, they're in that position they are. I mean, I'm not siding with no Haman, but they had help getting to where Oxfam needed to help them.
Drop that. Give me the British national dish. So let's go to their national dish, man. Clearly, this is British. You know, I mean, clearly, you know, Britain's talking about we got independence now. We're independent. We don't have to depend on no one. Okay, we'll see, man. The things that make up England, they're not even English, man. Don't come from England. Don't grow in England. England steals people's culture, man, and turns around and says it's their culture.
Right, the British national dish, chicken tikka masala.
So the British national dish is chicken tikka masala. Now, what I need to do is go on Google and type in tikka meaning. So the British national dish is tikka, Tikka, Tikka masala, chicken tikka masala. So let's find out what tikka is, man. Tikka meaning Tikka meaning.
Right, is an Indian dish.
Is a what?
Indian dish.
And chicken tikka is an Indian dish, man. So how is the British national dish an Indian dish, man? Chicken tikka masala is curry. Curry came from East Indians in the first place. In fact, curry first came from the Ethiopians, but got popular by the East Indians later on. And chicken tikka itself is an Urdu word, man. Not even English. So how dare you talk about Britain and this, and I'm proud to be British, and you know, we want to separate from all nations because we're just a strong nation by ourselves. We don't need nobody else. You do, man. Because your natural dish is Indian, man. Your rubber tires is from South America and the Congo, man. Everything you have is not your own, man. How about try masala? Get the meaning of masala, man. Actually, not finish all the tikka.
Is an Indian dish of small pieces of meat or vegetables marinated in a spice mixture.
And that's what your national dish is. The British national dish is an Indian dish. That don't make sense. Just like saying in Russia, your child is my daughter. Like, that don't make sense. The British national dish is an Indian dish. Therefore, it's Indian. It's not a British dish, man. Give me Genesis again, man. Genesis 4 and 12 real quick, man.
All right, within Genesis 4 and 12, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
Keep reading.
A fugitive.
And I read a fugitive, a man running from his crimes, like the oppressor today. Keep reading.
And a vagabond.
And a vagabond is someone that don't have no land, man. There's a bum, a cat, what's it called, a gypsy? A man with a caravan going from land to land. It's Bible says a fugitive and a vagabond you shall be. That's what you are, man. You don't have no culture, man. You don't have no national dish, man. You don't have no tires. What tires, man? Rubber don't grow in your country, man. You're a fugitive and a vagabond. That's what he is, man. That's why his culture is other people's culture. His land is other people's land. The food he eats is other people's food, man. How he dresses is how other people dress, man. Keep reading.
and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth.
All right, now give me Yorkshire tea.
Just Yorkshire tea.
Type in Yorkshire tea online. So Yorkshire is a what? A county? The county?
City.
Nah. Yorkshire's the county? Yorkshire's the county in England. Like you got the West Mids and the West Midlands. In the West Midlands, it comprises of what? Coventry, Birmingham, Wolverhampton. And in Yorkshire, you know, comprised of like Leeds, Sheffield, and what other one? No, Greater Manchester. Yorkshire's like Leeds, Bradford, and you know, so forth. Leeds, Bradford, Sheffield, Huddersfield, and all them places there. So is it so? So again, England is known for Yorkshire tea, man. Good old English tea. When you think about England, what do people say about England? When when Americans get robbed in England, what do English people say? When American artists come to England and they get robbed, and you know the English boy got the chain on, what do they all say? See, these Americans think it's about tea and crumpets down here, man. You know what I mean? England is known for tea. Everyone thinks about England and tea and the pinky and so forth, man. This good old Yorkshire tea, everyone goes, yeah, tea, you know what I mean? England's known for the tea and blah, blah, blah. Let's read about this tea, man. Read Yorkshire tea for me, please. Okay, so another thing that Britain's known for, another thing that makes Britain, makes England, is their Yorkshire tea, man. It's famous. PG tips and all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? Read.
All right, we got Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire tea is a black tea blend produced by the Bettys and Taylors.
There you go. So the Bettys and Taylors are, you know, a brand. You know what I mean? And they got their own tea. You know what I mean? And they call that tea, the blend that they have, they call that Yorkshire tea. Keep reading.
It is the most popular traditional black tea brand sold in the UK.
And in the UK, it's the most popular tea brand. You know, so what's the tea brands? TITHES, PG tips. In England, it's the biggest brand, man. England's known for tea. People talk about tea and crumpets and having tea parties with the Queen and so forth. And you'll keep reading.
In 1886, Charles Edward founded Taylor and Co.
So this man founded his own company, his own tea company in England. This Englishman, this Brit, founded his own tea company. We done?
Taylor and Co. Later, shortened to Taylor's.
So later on, he shortened that name just Taylor. We done?
The company was purchased by Betty's Tea.
So again, Betty's Tea took it over. So there's many British teas, but Yorkshire tea is the most famous one in England. I'll send you a link on your phone, another one you could put up. So again, British tea, ever talk about British tea? Let me tell you something. Tea ain't British at all, man. Tea don't come from Britain. In history, British people never drank tea, man. You know what I mean? The Chinese drank tea, man. The Indians drank tea, man. British people didn't drink tea. So people say tea and crumpets and tea. And nowadays people don't even when people think of tea, they don't even think about the East Indians, man. They don't even think about the Chinese, they think about Britain. Britain sells tea to other countries. Every time I go to the States, man. You know what I mean? Every time I go to meet the brothers in America, man, I always gotta bring him tea. They've even some of the brothers in the UPK think tea's from England, man. It's not, man. But again, in a second. Him being a thief and a vagabond, he steals other people's cultures, man. Get that for me. I click the link right. Tomorrow.
Right. From the Wikipedia, tea is an aromatic beverage commonly prepared by pouring hot or boiling water over the leaves. So again,
tea's prepared. You all know you got tea leaves. You pour water on them tea leaves. The flavor comes out of them leaves, goes into the cup. Over the years, they put it in a bag. That way, it filters all the leaves out and shit. So like, filters all the leaves out, leaving the flavor. So you can dispose of the leaves and keep the flavor in there. Over the years, you know, man got smart with it. Instead of leaving the dregs at the bottom, they found a way to, you know, make a net for it and so forth. Keep it in.
The leaves of the Camellia sinensis and evergreen shrub It is native.
Well, so this tea is native. I mean, this is where it was born. This is where it originates from. We done?
To East Asia.
To where?
East Asia.
Not even close to England, man. It's native to East Asia, man. India, China, them places there, man. So why is Britain known for tea, man? Why is England for teacups? Why do English people say, yeah, I'll put the kettle on? Why do we have something called Yorkshire tea, man? How can we have Yorkshire tea when tea don't grow in Yorkshire, man?
That's right.
We can't have Yorkshire tea when tea don't grow in Yorkshire, man. How is it possible? Tea leaves don't come from Yorkshire, man. Don't come from England, man. Ain't on the island at all. Ain't close. It's in a whole different continent, man. So why are you known more for tea than India itself, man? I'm gonna tell you why, man. Because the oppressor's a vagabond, man.
That's right.
You wanna know how he got that tea? You wanna know how he got that tea? He went to other people's land, man. Stole that tea, man. Went to other people's land and stole their culture, man. Went to other people's land and stole their chicken tikka masala, man. Went to other people's land and stole their Yorkshire tea and made it his. And now he's known for it, man. Keep reading.
It's native to East Asia. After water, it is the most widely consumed drink in the world. There are many different types of tea, like the Gerling tea, Chinese.
So there's many types of tea, Chinese tea, green tea, and so forth, different flavors. But thanks to this thief, the oppressor, now there's something called Yorkshire tea, man. Thanks to his thieving hands, there's something called Yorkshire tea as well, man. Drop that. Give me one more real quick. Go into give me kebab as well. You know what I mean? Britain wouldn't be Britain without a nice kebab. I lie. A nice kebab. You know kebab British, innit? Kebab must be British. You know, British people always talking about go home, piss off back to your country. But yeah, other one, you can't get them out the Indian shop, man. You can't get them out the Chinese shop, man. I bet you even with the coronavirus, they're still in there after a football match, man. What's that? British people got a song that they sing every time it's the World Cup, man. What's that song called? It's called Vindaloo, man. You heard it? Vindaloo la la. Guess what? Vindaloo's East Indian, man. Vindaloo ain't no British dish. And what do British people love to eat after having a bender, as they call it, or a night out, or drinking at the bar? They love a kebab, man. Britain's known for a nice kebab. But now let's see about the kebab, man. Let's see if the kebab also is British, man. Get it for me.
We got kebab. Kebabs are the areas cooked meat, the issues with their origins in the Middle East.
From where?
In the Middle East.
Keep reading.
Any the variants are popular around the world.
So many variants are popular around the world. Kebab comes from the Middle East, man. In specific, kebab comes from Turkey. Come from the country Turkey. To this day, when you go to Turkey, they're famous for kebabs, man. That's why when people want kebabs, when they go to a Turkish restaurant, the best kebabs don't come from England. Don't come from British. Don't come from Brits. Brits don't make kebab, man. Don't come from England. Don't come from Scotland. Don't come from Wales. Don't come from anywhere where this man is, man. But yet he talks about I want to be independent. Whenever in British history has he ever been independent, man? They say let's go back to being independent. Let's leave the EU and let's go back to being independent. You've never been independent, man. You've always been dependent on other people's culture, man. Drop that real quick. Give me John. Slack, keep reading.
In most English-speaking countries, a kebab is commonly internationally known as the shish kebab.
There you go. In most English-speaking countries, known as the shish kebab. Shish kebab it's a kebab that's on a skewer, on a stick mainly, usually. That's what they call shish kebab. And this man loves it, man. You can't get him out of the shop, man. You got the doner kebab with the bread. Every time he gets drunk, he has the kebab. Because apparently the grease and the kebab soaks with the alcohol. Well, they love a kebab, man. You hear it on EastEnders and all these shows talking about want a kebab. In the chip shops, that's what they get into. They ain't getting fish and chips, they're getting a kebab. And they love it. And they tell people to go home. They tell people that they're the greatest country on the earth with Great Britain. So how great is your country, man? Your country is great because it's built up for other people's culture, man. Because you're a vagabond. You're a man that don't have your own culture. That's why you steal other people's culture, man. Yeah, you can't. I got some here. You don't have your own land. That's why you steal other people's land, man. You don't have no dress code. That's why you steal other people's dress code, man. Any more on that?
That was it.
Give me John 10 and 10.
Right, John 10 and 10. John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal.
But to do what?
But for to steal.
And the Bible says the thief cometh not but to steal, man. And that's all this man does is steal, man. Steal people's land, steal people's national dishes, steal people's food, steal people's tea, and call it his own, man. The Bible says a thief cometh not but to steal, man. Keep reading.
And to kill.
And to what?
And to kill.
And how did they get that rubber, man? By killing, man. How did they get that sugar cane, man? By killing people, man. That same sugar that they put in their tea that was stolen from another country, they had to kill for that, man. That same rubber that they wanted to get them nice Fort Dunlop tires, John Boyd Dunlop had to kill people for it, man.
That's right.
Them tea they had to kill the East Indians for, man. That rubber they had to kill people for, man. That cotton they had to enslave black people and kill them for it, man. Them cocoa beans and tobacco they had to kill people for it, man. Right. To get that rum they had to kill and steal for it, man. We done?
And to destroy.
And to destroy, and they destroyed countries, destroyed empires for what they wanted, man. Destroyed empires for their tea, destroyed empires for their resources, man, for their rubber and so forth. Try to give me John 8:44.
John 8 and 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
Read that again.
John 8 and 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
And this is Christ speaking to the scribes and Pharisees, man. We know that the devil is the oppressor, man. You know what I mean? Anytime when they bring it up, we can go through it. And Christ is saying to them, listen, you're acting just like the devil, man. You're acting just like the oppressor, man. You know when you got coons, coons are always stick up for the oppressor. What do we say? Oh, go over there to your daddy, man. Go hug your little daddy over there, man. And that's your daddy right there. That's what Christ is saying to these black men. So you know what? You're just like your father, the devil, man. Just like your father, the oppressor, man. Keep reading.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
And he's checking them saying, see, you're just like them, man. The same way they like to kill people and harm people. They're lustful. They can't get enough. They want all the rubber. They want all the this, all the resources. They're just like that. What your daddy wants to do, you're on the same thing, man. We done?
He was a murderer from the beginning.
And so listen, your father's a murderer, man, from the beginning. Going back to Cain now as well, man. The same spirit, man. What we read also. That vagabond, that man that steal people's land, steal people's culture, steal people's resources. So he was a murderer from the beginning, man. Ain't nothing changed. He's been murdering people. I got the nerds turning around and lock you up, black man. Locking you up, man, because what? You steal something. Meanwhile, this man stole countries, man. This man stole people's languages, man. The man stole people's land and the oil under the land, man. This man stole all the rubber out of the Congo and South America, man. Keep reading.
And abode not in the truth.
And this man abode not in the truth. He's a liar. Any lie you think of it, man, he's there. What's the truth? Christ being a black man. What did this man say? No, he's white. That's not him abiding in the truth, man. What's the truth? The angels are black also? No, they're not. They're white now, according to him. That's another lie. This man, anything he says, he don't abide in the truth, man. Anything he says is a liar, man. Christopher Columbus founded America. A liar, man. The Native American Indians sold Washington, D.C. to him for bees. A liar, man. He killed them for it, man. You turn the TV, see Samson, a white man. I used to watch that movie, man, back in the day with Samson. I thought Samson was a Rasta man back then. And in the movie, the white man. 10 Commandments, they're all Caucasian, man. They're all oppressors, man. That's why this man don't abide in the truth, man. Keep it, suck it out, man.
Watching a video a few days ago, and a oppressor was saying that even the Egyptians that made Egypt great, they were white. So him and the host of the show was like, so really Egypt, where is it? It's Africa. And he's like, yeah, it wasn't Africa, but it was white people that made all those great things. And he believed it. Even though, okay, we're not Africans, but despite on the wall, it was a dark-skinned race of people. Mm-hmm. And they lie so much that anything great, the one that associates himself with, so even in like the Egyptian dynasties, they didn't want part of that, and they said that it was white people that made it.
Like you said, the other one, this man abides not in the truth. It lies so much that it don't even make sense no more, man. You know what I mean? Like this man in a movie will be the Egyptians. This man, in a movie, this man will be the Greeks, the Egyptians, and the Israelites. Man, you can't be all three, man. So the Egyptians are white, and the Israelites that they're enslaving are white also, man. In the Passion of Christ, the Romans are whipping Christ. So you got the Romans who are Roman, and then you got Christ who's an Israelite, man. And it's one white man whipping another black man, man. That's how much the lie that don't make sense no more. But there's one time in the movie where he knows. There's only one time there's one type of movie where he don't replace the black man with the white man. Does anyone know what type of movie that is? In any movie where the black man is glorified, he's somebody, he's Samson, he's Christ, the Israelites, he takes him out, he puts white people there, man. But there's one type of movie where he leaves the black man right there. Anyone know what it is? Okay.
If it's a film based on slavery.
There you go, man. Slavery movie. There's one time where there's only one type of movie where he's not going to be a slave. There's one type of movie where he wants you to know who he is. He wants you to know, listen, I'm the man. I run things on here. We do the whipping around here. That's a slavery movie, man. That's your 12 years of slavery. That's your roots right there, man. That's right. You know what I mean? That's your Django and so forth. There's one type of movie where he won't put himself there. He'll put himself as Cleopatra, put himself as the Egyptians and all types of nations. When it comes to slavery movie, nope. Black man, he put you right there, man. You must know your place then. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
Because there was no truth in him.
And there's no truth in him, man. You're looking for the truth from him, man. There's no truth in him. You know, everyone's surprised. Wow, the Bible, you're breaking down the Bible. I've never heard this before, man. Yeah, you know why? Because you learn the Bible from people that whip black people, man. You learn the Bible from your oppressor, man. There's no truth in him, man. I didn't know King James was black. Wow, that's profound, yeah? Because you go to school, man, and you're going to school learning from a man that don't have no truth. So of course you're going to learn King James was Caucasian, man. Of course you're going to learn everyone in the Bible is Caucasian, man. Because you don't have no truth, man. You're like, wow, so what? I didn't know that tea leaves are not British. I didn't know Yorkshire tea was not from Yorkshire. Like, of course. He teaches you lies, man. He lies so much. He has a brand called Yorkshire tea, man. Has a brand called Yorkshire tea, man. I said, listen, this is British tea. The man has a brand said, this is Dunlop tires. These are tires from England, man. He said, yeah, listen, this is our national dish. This is the British national dish, man. And guess what? Chicken, matik. The only word in the national dish that's English is chicken, man. Tikka is an East Indian word, man. Masala also is one. This man lies so much. You put another down to the language is in the dish, but it's such a lie. I said those ours. When tikka and masala are both of them not even English words, man. They're not both of them not even English words, but none of them are in the English dictionary, man. They're both Indian words. But this man is such a liar. He even puts that in there, and we believe it, man. You can't help yourself. He lies, even when it don't make sense, man. Keep reading.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
This man's a liar, man. And not only is a liar, he's a father of liars, man. You know what I mean? Ain't no one liar better than him. Ain't no one a better liar than this man. Come on, man. We've seen all types of history that's been manipulated and so forth, but who can lie more than this man? Who can lie more than him, man? This man is saying that, listen, chicken tikka is our home dish. We don't go to England. British tea is more famous in England than it is in China, man. Tea is more famous in England than it is in the East India, man. That's because this man lied, man. This man says Samson's white, the angels are white. This man said black people are 3/5 of a man. Black men are lazy. This man will say, when you kill him, oh, it's a slaughter. Pearl Harbor was a horrible slaughter, man. Many people died, man. When he kills you, what? It was a victory. It was a victory. Yeah, man. We overcame the what's it called? What's the name? We overcame the North American Indians, man. Makes films about slaughter, man. Makes movies, cowboy movies about slaughter, but he slaughtered innocent people that was living on the land way before he was there, man. But it's such a good liar. You go, yeah, well, yeah, you know, he did discover it. He didn't discover it, man. He went to someone else's house and stole their house, man, and murdered them, man. But when he does it, it's such a good liar. No, we discovered it. And yeah, we overcame him in battle, man. It was a battle and we overcame them. But you do to him now. What happened in Pearl Harbor, man? What happened in 9/11? What happened in 7/7 bombings in London? What happened the other day in Streatham? Today, actually, 2 a.m. in Streatham, man. when a Pakistani man had a machete and he was killing people on London Bridge. What did they say? It was a massacre on London Bridge, man. What happened in Manchester in the Ariana Grande concert, man? When a man's open fire and killed people, that was a massacre, man. When he kills you, well, you know, it was a victory. We had to overcome. When they found Saddam Hussein, was that a massacre? Was that slaughter? No. You know what I mean? It was a victory. We found him. What happened when they found Osama bin Laden? Same thing. Yeah, we found him as a victory, man. Meanwhile, when you killed them, black man, it's slaughter, man. It's lucky I don't want to say something.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, we used to watch a film on the Cowboys and the Indians. How they make it look like the Cowboys so right and the Indians are trying to stop them when you know history, it's the other way around. You are harassing the Indians. And again, like that's the father of life. Meaning he'll make a film where I'm this cowboy in America. I don't know how I got here though, but anyway, I'm here, man. These Indians are attacking us. They're so bad, man. That's not true.
And he's such a liar, yeah. This man, such a liar. He can reverse the roles on you, man. This man said that black people was in Africa swinging on trees. He found us with his Christianity in suit and tie and taught us civilization, man. When that's a lie. According to history, he was the one swinging on trees, man. He was the one in caves naked, eating lice, eating bones, living in the mountains. Who in the right mind lives in the mountains, man? You can't grow nothing in the mountains. You can't grow nothing on concrete, man. And guess what? This man came out of the caves and what? Turned the whole earth into a cave, man. With his high buildings, just like in the caves. With his cemented floors and pavements, just like in the caves. He's ruining the ozone layer, man. Ruining the planet, man. Do you know cement and pavement is waterproof, man? That's why there's so much floods, man. That's why the earth is flooded so much, man. Because the water don't soak into the soil. And you turn around and say, you're the caveman. You turn around and say, you was uncivilized. This man said that the Native American Indians were uncivilized and he civilized them, man. When they taught you how to plant, they told you how to stay, they told you how to keep warm in the winter. So you mean to tell me a savage knows more about living than you? A savage is teaching you how to plant. A savage is teaching you how to stay warm in the winter. Then you must be the savage then, man. Okay, no savage can teach me nothing. And according to history, you was a savage, man. Everything that the oppressor does. Officer Prussia got a book, man. And this book talks about them, what's it called? The Neanderthal man. And the Neanderthal man looks just like, sounds, from what I read, sounds just like the oppressor, man. He said in their caves they had to play a game called darts, man. And in the UK, who plays a game called darts? Black people don't play darts, man. You know what I mean? And a game called bowling too. And what the cavemen have on them, man? What are cavemen known for? What weapon do cavemen have with them? Anyone know? Cavemen walk with clubs, man. And what also looks in 2020? What looks like a club today? A baseball bat, man. And who's known for loving baseball, man? Who's known for loving baseball? Basketball is a black man thing, but who's known for loving baseball, man? They are, man. I turned it around and said, "You're the crazy one. You're the uncivilized one." You know why? He's the father of lies, man. Try that. Give me Cadbury's. Give me Cadbury in Birmingham real quick. I think named James Cadbury. I said the link if you want, actually. You want it? Put it quicker. You got it already, or?
James Cadbury.
Yeah, hold this. I'll say it to you.
Right, from the Wycliffe Wikipedia, we got Cadbury, formerly Cadbury Schweppes, is a British.
Is a what?
Is a British.
Is a what?
British multinational confectionery company. So
Cadbury's chocolate is a British company. It's a British company who make chocolate, man. Like America got what? Like Hershey's. In England, you got Cadbury's, man. He's also a man from Birmingham, also who give it down to his sons and whatnot. And Britain wouldn't be British without the good old Cadbury's chocolate, man. The Cadbury's cream eggs and what's it called? What's the other one? Not crunch. What's it called? The Cadbury's fruit nut, whatever. Crunchy nut as well. No crunch nut cereal in it.
No, there's crunchy.
Cadbury's crunchy. It wouldn't be British without it, man. Everyone likes the Cadbury's this and the Cadbury's brand and so forth, man. Britain wouldn't be Britain without it, man. Keep reading.
Multinational confectionery company were only owned by Mondelez International, originally Kraft Foods. Since 2010, it is the second largest confectionery brand in the world.
And guess what? Now this British chocolate is the second largest in the world, man. Anyone would think that chocolate comes from Britain, wouldn't they? Get me the next link. Any question online on both for the YouTube or Facebook?
Nothing yet. All right, we got the cocoa varieties. Chocolate is made from cocoa beans.
So chocolate is made from cocoa beans. If you ever got time, if you're from what? If you're from Brum or some, now and again you want to take the kids to what's it called? Cadbury's World. You can go there and they'll tell you how chocolate is made. It's made from cocoa beans. They grind it down, they heat it up, they put it in some sort of like a what's it called? Like an oven and so forth. And that's one of the process of making chocolate. Hear it in.
The cocoa bean, the dried and fermented seeds of the cocoa tree, a small 4 to 8 meters tall.
So these cocoa beans come from a cocoa tree, which is what, 4 to 8 meters tall. Yeah. It's kind of big still. Come from a tree that's like 4 to 8 meters tall, pretty tall. Keep it in.
Which is 15 feet to 26 feet tall.
Pretty tall. Average kind of tree, nothing too special. Average tree. Keep it in.
The evergreen tree, the native to the deep tropical region.
And what's in this tree where the cocoa comes from, where chocolate comes from? Chocolate couldn't come from this tree, man. And this tree is native. It comes from,
the Americas.
Come from where?
The Americas.
And this tree comes from the Americas, man. You know what the Americas is? In specific, it's talking about South America. That's where cocoa comes from. But the Americas also means what? North America, North, Central, South America. Right. But predominantly, it comes from the America. It comes from Central and South America, man. If you do your research in your own time, you can see it, man. It comes from like Brazil, the tropical rainforest, Guatemala and them places there, man. That's where it comes from, man. You don't come from England. So how can a man have a brand called, this is my British brand of chocolate, man? You can't have a British brand of chocolate because you don't have chocolate in England, man. You feel me? Like, you got British cars, and you got American cars. You got cars that British people make, and you got cars that Americans make. But guess what? You can't have British chocolate. You can't have your style of chocolate because chocolate don't grow here at all, man. How are you going to have British chocolate? How are you going to have British tea, man? But when tea don't grow in your country, chocolate don't grow in your country, man. Because they're what the Bible speaks of, man, a vagabond, a thief, man. A crook, man. Take everyone's identity and turn around and say, piss off home. Turn around and say, don't come around here. Don't come here. Don't come to my country. Go back to your own country, man. While there's still everyone else's country. There's a devil, man. I can't stand him. The devil, an oppressor, always in speaker's corner, man. Who's bold of saying, listen, white people are the best people, man. You made me 5 things great about any other country, man. And this same devil will what? Go for a Chinese, man. Go for a Vindaloo, man. Right. This same devil eats chocolate, man. Tells people, ain't nothing great. He said Mugabe died in a tracksuit. See, he wants the British way of life, man. Because everyone wants to be like us, man. Meanwhile, he's so proud. As the Bible said, the pride in Esau's heart deceives him, man. So proud that he don't know that British culture, so-called British culture, is taken from everybody else's culture, man. He don't even know that, man. You can't get a devil, an oppressor, out of a Chinese takeaway, man. You can't get him out of an Indian shop, man. They love it. What's it? I love a good Indian. I love me. And they love naan bread, man. What's one? They love pita bread, man. They love a kebab. They love Cadbury chocolate. They love tea, man. And all the things ain't their culture. And look it up, man. What's in Jaden or something like that? What's in Jaden? That devil, man, with so proud, man. And he believes wholeheartedly that his country is the best and he's proud to be British, man. But guess what? Being British means that you gotta be East Indian, man. Because that chicken tikka's from East India. Being British means you gotta be Chinese, man. Because that tea comes from China. Being British means you gotta be from South America too, man. Because your tea comes from there. Being British means that, you gotta be from the Congo, man. Because your rubber and your tires come from there, man. It's like the other one.
Now, and what's so dumb about what he is saying as well? Even all the textiles England has come from India, so all the wood, the linen, is not even English made. So while he's running his mouth with the things that he has on his back, they're not English made.
There you go. What is made in England, really, man? Really, come on, you tell me what is made in England, man. You tell me anything you can buy and flip it over and say made in England, man. You tell me nothing hardly is made in England, man. Even in the 1600s, England was known for what? Timberwood. That's what they were famous for, man. In England, the Bible said, man, the land shall not yield their fruit to Esau, man. Ain't nothing great come from England. Ain't nothing that you can grow come from England, man. That's why they go around stealing people's oil. Why? Because no oil in England, man. They go around stealing people's rubber trees. Why? Because there's no rubber in England, man. Read it again when it goes, the earth shall yield their fruit. I think Genesis 4 and about 10, 4 11. This is the curse that the Most High put on Cain.
Right. We're in Genesis 4 and 10. And verse 12. When thou tillest the ground.
So when you till the ground, when you work the ground, what comes from the ground? Vegetables, trees, food. You know what I mean? Rice and so forth, trees, banana trees and so forth. When you till the ground, we done?
It shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
Okay, so the Bible said to Cain, when you till the ground won't give you her strength, man. It won't give you the fruit, man. Read it one more time.
Verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
Oh, now we know why you're stealing rubber trees from Congo, man.
That's right.
Now we know why you're in the Americas robbing the cocoa beans, man. Oh, now we know why you're in stealing the tea, man. It makes sense now, man. Now we know why you went to Trinidad and Tobago and got tobacco from there, man. Now we know, man. Now we know why you had to go to Jamaica and get cane from there, man, and bring it back to England. Now we know, man. Now we know why you're a vagabond. Why? Because the earth don't give you its strength, man. Anywhere where they dwell, what is England known? Is England on the market for selling mangoes and apples and this? No, man. Wherever they dwell is infertile, man. Good things don't come from their land. Now we know why you rob people's cocoa beans, man. Now we know why you got to thief people's cocoa beans and call it Cadbury's. Now we know why you got to steal Congo's rubber and call it Dunlop. Now we know why you steal India's tea leaves and call it Yorkshire. It makes sense now, man. All these things are in the Bible, man. You know what I mean? Drop that. Give me Malachi 1 and 3. Shalom to Hakayan, Yana Kwaf. Matthew as well. Come on.
Right, the book of Malachi 1 and 3. I hated Esau.
We from top.
Malachi 1 and 1. The burden of the word of the Lord.
And this is the burden of the word of the Lord. A burden is something you carry on your shoulders. The Lord saying to you, like, man, I want you to carry this, man. This is something that I want you to carry on your shoulder. I know it's hard, but you got to carry it, man. A lot of black people can't carry this burden. But we tell black people, listen, the Lord loves you and don't like the oppressor. Oh my gosh, pressure, we get it all, man. No, that's wrong. You can't say that, man. This is the burden that the Lord wants you to carry, black man. Keep reading.
The word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi.
And this is the burden by Malachi, that which the brother from Amsterdam. This answers your question. This is the word of the Lord, which the Lord gave to Malachi. This is read it again. This is the word of the Lord, not the word of man. It's the word of the Lord by Malachi. So Malachi is saying what the Lord told him to say. Read it again,
Malachi 1 and 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi.
There you go. So it's the word of the Lord, but it's given by Malachi, man. There you go. You get a gas bill. That's a gas company, but it's given to you by the postman. You get a bill, you know what I mean? When you get the bailiff, that's a landlord, man. By the bailiff. You take it at TV. The gas bill, it's the bill by the gas company, by the postman. You feel me? The postman ain't to blame. You can't mad the postman. You can't beat the postman because he give you a bill. You know what I mean? He's giving you a letter, what they told him to give. And likewise, this is what the Lord said, and give his message to Malachi, man. Keep reading.
I have loved you, saith the Lord.
And the Lord said to blacks and Hispanics, I loved you, man. The Lord loves blacks and Hispanics, took us out of Egypt, give us his name, man. He made us his prophets, man. Gave us a land, a culture different from any other land and culture, man. Gave us the secrets of life, man. When all the other nations were dying of plagues and everything, we wasn't going through that. Why? We're the secrets, man. We need to wash and don't eat this, don't eat that. They'll get in higher blood pressure, scratch their head. What's the problem, man? Why are we dying so much? That it happened to us. And guess why it happened to us? Because the Lord told us what to do, what not to do, man. People, when they was in their land, there was bare chichi man around there, they was busting and hemorrhoids. Like, what we doing wrong, man? We weren't gay, man. We didn't have no hemorrhoids and AIDS and gonorrhea and clap. Our women went whores sleeping around with our wives there, man. Who went whores, men weren't sexual deviants. You know, everyone else was dying of plagues and this and didn't know what was going on, hating each other, and you know what I mean. There was going, the empire's collapsing inwards. We love each other, man. Our empire didn't collapse in. What's it called? It didn't implode. It didn't collapse inside. Because the Lord loved us, man, and He gave us the things that will make us survive, man, and not self-destruct. Keep reading.
Yes, ye say.
But yeah, we say this is what we say. The Lord loved us, told us nothing but love. But this is what we say. Read.
Wherein hast thou loved us?
But this is what we say. Lord, when did you ever loved us, man? How many black people heard that before, man? They know God, man. If there was a God out there, why the babies die, man? Why the black people are in drugs? The Lord loved us, man. But we say, Lord never loved us, man. When has He ever loved us, man? But the fact that you're here, black man alive, show the Lord loves you, man. There should be one black man alive only, one. With all the drugs in your neighborhoods, man. With all the bad food you eat, man. With the abortion rate through the roof. All the black men in jail. With the police trying to put you in jail, man. With the radio telling your daughter to be a whore, be a whore, be a whore. AIDS should be rampant, man. The radio telling your son to shoot guns, join a gang, join a gang. We all should be dead, man. We all should be eradicated, man. But why are we here in high numbers, man? Why are we here with loads of us here? Why are we not extinct? Why? Because the Lord loves us, man.
That's right.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why. The amount of rent you got to pay and you're working a dead-end job and you're suffering and you still have 5, 6, 7, 8 kids, man. All your kids go to bed with food in their belly, man. Why is that? Because the Lord loves you, man. It's like the other one.
Now, even years ago, there was a old reggae song about only John knows how we survive.
It's true.
It's true. Like, look what we went through. And
honestly, to you it's normal now because we've been doing it for so long. But really, listen, only God knows how you're here, man. The things you go through, no other nation could go through, man. Listen, let me tell you something. The oppressor kills himself because he lost his job, man. Kills himself. So I can't take it no more. And jumps off a building, kills himself and his kids, man. How many stories have you heard of kids that go to school and shoot the whole school up, man? Because they're getting bullied. Yeah? Now, black man, how much times have you been bullied, man? How much people have you killed? How much time have you lost your job, black man? And how much times have you killed your whole family because you couldn't pay the rent? How much time have you slept in darkness and you didn't kill your wife and kids and everybody? How much jobs have you? We lost plenty of jobs, man. And our wives are still here. We didn't commit suicide, man. Yeah, that's because God's with you, man. You're stronger than any other nation. No other nation could go through what you go through, man. No other nation could go through what you go through. Any other nation go through a bit of oppression and they're crying, man. They're running to the BBC and running on the news. Black man, you face oppression every day and you brush it off, man. That's right. You just brush it off, but it's nothing to you, man. I was abroad the other day with one of my ribs, man. And you know, we saw people treat us different because we're black and saying certain things. Like, I don't brush it off. It's no, like, let it go, man. Anybody else who's crying and can't deal with this, this ain't right. Because they ain't strong like us, man. Keep reading.
Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's the other?
And the Lord said, listen, this is how much I love you, man. Esau and Jacob were brothers, man. Both of them were brothers, and this is how much I love you. Read on. Yes, the Lord said, listen, Esau and Jacob were both brothers, man. Equally brothers, man. Read on. Yet, even though they were brothers, read on.
Yet, I love Jacob.
Yeah, I love Jacob. I love blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read on.
And I hated Esau.
And the Lord hated Esau, man. Loved you and hated him. That's how much he loved you, man. A man that didn't do nothing. The Bible said before he was born, this was to happen, man. It was nothing that Esau did. The Lord has loved you, black man, more than him and chose you, man. You came out second, and the Lord has loved you, still give you the blessing, man. Right. Keep it in.
And laid his mountains and his heritage.
And his what?
His mountains and his heritage waste.
And the Lord laid Esau's mountains and his heritage waste. He ain't got no heritage, man. What's a heritage? A culture? Esau, the oppressor that don't have no heritage, don't have no culture, and that's why he steals other people's culture, man. That's right. That's why chicken masala is his national dish. That's why Dunlop tires is his tires now. That's why he puts his name on Cadbury's, man. That's why he makes Yorkshire tea, man, because he don't have no heritage. Why? Because the Lord left it waste, man.
Right.
The Lord took away his culture, man. And it goes up and down the earth like a vagabond, like a bum, stealing other people's culture, man. Stealing other people's land, man. Stealing people's oil, man. Has anyone ever heard of BP? British Petroleum. Petroleum is short. Petroleum is what you call petrol. Everyone go, I'm going to cargo. I'm going to call it pay station. Yeah. That's what petrol for petroleum. But guess what? Petrol don't come from Britain either, man. Fossil fuel don't come from England, man. It mainly comes from hot places like Africa, man. The Middle East, man. But what this man do? Goes to other people's countries, man. Puts a drill straight in the land, man. Steals all the oil, man. And turns around and says, yo, this is British petroleum. This is British gas, man. Remember British gas back in the day? And guess what? Petrol don't come from Britain. So therefore, you can't have British petroleum, man. And you got people like, what's his name? Brian or Brandon. Brandon's name, isn't it? Talking about, hey, Britain's great. Watch him, man. Watch him on speakers call it called Brandon. And just me, you have your teeth, you have your grit in your teeth, man. Have your anger. They were so proud. There ain't nothing great about his country, man. Give me Obadiah real quick. 1 and 5. And like the brother said, yeah, Israelites were in England before Esau. Again, Israelites been all over this globe. You know what I mean? Running from the Romans, migrating, being kicked out of our land by the Most High for being wicked. So we was in England before him, but England isn't our land neither, even though we was in England before him. You know what I mean? Through slavery and what else? Just migrating and disobeying the Lord. We ended up in Europe and so forth, man. We ended up in Rome because the same thing. But again, England ain't our land, even though we was here before him. England was the land of the Japhites, the Hawaiians and so forth. But we was in England before him as well. Israelites are also in Africa. When the white man found us, where was we? West Africa. We in African though. But again, running from the Romans, sinning, getting kicked out of our land, and then loving the Africans and, loving the Europeans. We was in Europe. Even in the time of Paul, Paul got a book called what? The Book of Romans, written to who? Israelites in Rome. You got a book called Colossians, written to who? Israelites in Colossia. Corinthians, written to Israelites in Corinth, and so forth, man. Yes, we was there, but it's not our land. Make that clear. Obadiah 1 and 5.
Obadiah 1 and 5. If thieves came to thee, if were others by night.
So this was the Most High. The book of Obadiah is a whole book written about Esau. And the Bible says, if thieves came to you, everyone knows what a thief is. Everyone knows what a thief wants. Everyone knows how thieves move. Thieves are quick. In the house, TV out. In your house, jewelry out. The ransack drawers. Why do you think when you come to your house, it's messy? Because thieves are looking for goods. And when you're looking for goods, you can't be lifting the couch up nicely. You can't be opening drawers and looking nice. You got to be quick, man. That's a thief, quick. So the Bible's saying if thieves come to you or robbers came to you by night, we done?
How art thou cut off? Would they not have the Olan until they had enough?
So the Lord's saying your average thief, doesn't he steal till he has enough? Your average thief will go in the house, rob some jewelry, rob this, even credit card scams. They take credit card, scam you, move on, man. Thieves take till they have enough. They rob a TV out the house. You come back, when people come back, they go, oh shit, my TV's gone, man. My valuables are gone, man. That's what thieves do. Thieves take until they have enough. They take the most precious stuff, the gold, and the petty stuff to leave, man. They want the valuables, man. That's your average thief anyway. But Esau's a different type of thief, man. Keep reading.
If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
So if grape gatherers came to you, wouldn't they leave some grapes? Imagine you got a vineyard full of grapes and the man comes in, he robs some grapes, you know what I mean? How much grapes would you rob, man? A bag? 2 bags? We can do that. That's what your average thief would do, man. Not Esau, man. Not Esau. So who done?
Verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out?
So the Lord said, listen, how are the things of Esau searched out, man? The Lord said, listen, usual thieves just rob till they have enough, man. Usual thieves will leave some grapes. They will steal and leave some grapes, not Esau, man. Esau will come to your land, steal the gold, the resources, enslave your people. And guess what? Steal your culture also, man. If you come to your land and say, listen, nah, man, we're the French now. We're the British now. When the real Brits were people of Japheth, man. This man will steal your land, steal your woman, and guess what you do? Steal your identity too, man. This man went to Israel, took all Solomon's gold, the temple, all the good stuff, and guess what he said? On top, not only did he steal the land, he said, listen, in fact, I'm the Israelite now, man. I'm the real Jew too, man. Stole the language also, man. Stole the culture as well, man. The Bible said, wouldn't a thief leave some grapes, not Esau? He takes it all, man. Esau's the man that will rob your whole house and then move in as well, man. Then put his name on the deed, man. Change the name over to you. Wear your clothes. Change, you know what I mean? Change the sign outside. That's what Esau would do, man. And then go in your wallet and say he's you now, and take the picture off your driver's license and put his one there, man. Steal the oil under your. I've seen many things get stolen, man. But I've never seen a man steal a man's culture, man. Until I found out about this Esau dude, man. He steals everything, man. He don't leave nothing remaining, man. Nothing. He went to your land and stole the tea, man. And that wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough. You know what he said? This is my tea, man. A lot of people say, yes, this is, stole the tea. This is tea from India that we're drinking over in England. Not good enough. He said, in fact, this is British tea now, man. This man stole chocolate that don't grow in his country. Not only did he steal chocolate, so in fact, I didn't steal it. Now I'm gonna change the name, and this is British chocolate too, man. This is British tea. This is British chocolate. This is British tires, man. Stole all. Oh, sorry, I don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even a lot of those shows you watch about people that don't pay rent, you notice that. Imagine this now. You're not paying rent in the house. You should feel ashamed and not want to be in the house. They're not paying rent, and even when they're getting evicted, they're arguing with the landlord. You're gonna make me homeless. You're just like, hang on, but it's an agreement. But you don't have a thief. You want to live in the house rent free, and then when the landlord, went to court, got you evicted, you're angry at him too, and that is the mentality of Esau. They believe whatever they find is there, and you should just accept it. Don't argue with me. I want to live in this house rent free. Listen, like, you know what I mean? Even though I know the house is on your name, and really, you as a landlord would have to pay that rent, but I like this house, and I don't believe I should pay, and I'm not moving. Like,
that's Esau. He's got no remorse at all, and very hypocritical, man. Very the British said that they want to separate from Brexit, man. So they want to say that they want to Brexit because being a part of the EU don't benefit them. You know what I mean? The immigrants are coming over, rare. That's why they want to break off. And it was respected. And when they was in South Africa, Mugabe said, "Okay, man, I want to Brexit from you, man. You come in our country, you're going through persecution. Yeah, I want to leave now, man." Mugabe was evil. How can he do this? That's bad. They've been living there for years, yada, yada, yada. But when you want to Brexit, it's fine, man. But you want to separate, it's fine. We see why. It's not benefiting you. So why when Mugabe wanted to separate from you, it's evil? Like I said, man, whenever they do something to you, it's a victory. We had to do it, man. But when you did to them, it's so evil, it's so bad. And to this day, Robert Mugabe is hated, man. Hated by the Brits. Hated by the oppressor, man. But guess what he wanted to do? He wanted to Brexit from you, man. He wanted to separate from you. But when you want to separate, you just want independence, that's all. I guess Robert Mugabe didn't want you in this country neither, man. The same way you don't want the Polish in your country. The same way you don't want the Czechoslovakians in your country, man. But like what Esau does, every time it's regarding him, he'll flip it around, man, and make it sound so inhumane. But when he does it, it makes it sound like it had to be done, man. Drastic times call for drastic measures, man. I like what the Bible saying, this man's a thief, man. He'll rob anything. There's no greater thief than the oppressor, man. The oppressor's a big thief who steals someone's culture, will make a movie and put himself there, man. Rob every single, the Bible said, rob every single grape, won't leave nothing, man. We rob back in ancient times, you know what we would do? We would chop down one tree and then use it for firewood and so forth, man. One tree will make a whole, you know what I mean? It was sustain a whole household, man. You know what Esau did? You know what Esau did? Cut down the whole rainforest, man. Wiped it clean with his machines, man. Acres and acres of land cut down clean and then sell it to you for paper, man. Sell it to you for wood farm B&Qs, man. Thief, man. Robbed it all. The rainforest which God give to man. God give us that wood, man. So we can live, so we can cut, be warm and so forth, so we can build houses. And he said, no, this is my land. These wood here belong to me, man. Cut it all down, man. So and then sells it on. And that's why the earth's upside down, man. That's why the ozone's messed up and the earth's out of shape. That's why the imbalance of animals and human beings are out of shape, because he's ruining it, man. Selling it. Greedy, man. Back in ancient times, a man would have a fishing rod or a net, man. Catch about 10 fish and sell it, man. Not Esau. He comes with these big, huge, enormous nets, man, in the ocean with a radar and rapes the whole ocean clean. See, have you seen it? He pulls every fish out the damn ocean. No enough fish left, man. And guess what? Now there's no fish in the ocean, man. Guess where the fish is? Guess where they are? In Tesco, man. In a bird's eye box, man. He makes a killing off it, man. And now guess what? There's nothing in the sea left. He's eating the shrimp as well. The shrimp cleans the sea. Now the sea is dirty and polluted. It's a mess, man. You know what it's doing, man. But black man, the Lord gave you the secrets. You know what to do.
Right.
But the people that know what to do, guess what? Guess where they are, man? They're in a trap house, man. They want a record deal, man. They want to be a gangbanger, man. And that's why this man rules the earth, man. And he don't know what he's doing. And the people that do, the people who the Most High chose to rule this earth, they want to twerk, man. You know, they go in jail, man. They're in the tattoo shop getting inked up, man. You know what I mean? When you should be in the I.S.U.P.K learning how to rule the next world to come, man. With that, I'm handing the class over to priest and prophet Parasha with the announcements and the prayers.
Right, that was a powerful class to the teacher of hand.
Don't come down a corona thing. Don't by the time you got corona, you know.
We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Ruled for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 months, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Times, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10 means 10th, Ma'ashara, 10% of any increase you receive from the Lord. Give to the treasury department, priest fund, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation is Purim March.
It's in March. I'll find the exact date. Or check the I.S.U.P.K social media anyway, the website, the bulletin board, and the whole way as well. Slack, yeah.
And then all Akim and Aqua, check the bulletin board in the hallway, and to check all I.S.U.P.K social media, so Facebooks, Instagrams, YouTubes, Twitters. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. And with that, I Maryam and the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Padash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwafka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawah, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nafalanawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawafnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawafinawa, Wala'ah, Tabaya'aynawa, Wanasayawan, Abor, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahafapara, La'aywalamya, Amen. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debt. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. And with that, we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I'm Madam Shabbat, I'm Maryam, Barak, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah. Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah. Yad Yamatah, class dismissed. Yeah, that's what.
I took Charles. Oh, where did I try this? Good.